Captain.
What is a web?
A blip, sir. Just came on the screen.
You see that? What?
Blip.
Hello. Welcome! I'm Stevie D. The ED stands for entering delusional. Yeah, I've been known to leap before I look, and believe me, I've learned some hard universal lessons. Like your planet disappearing in the blink of an eye. Which we won't talk about right now. Blip Soda! This channel is dedicated to one particular occupation, with a little bit of wiggle room in there. This occupation is one of intense mental hurdles. One that can grind you down to your bare essentials and still strip you of your dignity. One that's driven me to the darkest and lightest corners of my mind. What I mean, of course, is editing. Film, video, whatever, editing.
It's a fascinating subject. It can take you to parts of the world you never even imagined.
Where it can crush you like a bug. I want to talk about it. I want to talk about my experiences as an editor, about my hardships, my successes. It's ever evolving, especially now. See, I'm of the opinion that we're all editors, or somewhat dabble. You own one of these? You do any of this? Well, congratulations, you officially qualify as an editor. Oh, that's good stuff. The world owns a camera. What are they gonna do with the footage? You get my point. Gross. I want to highlight the greats and the greatest of editing. I want to be a source to inspire. This medium is so big, and yet so, dare I say, under the radar. Let me ask you something. Leave a comment if you like. What's a movie or something that stopped you in your tracks due to how well it was edited? Editing can be as big or as small as you want it to be. It can be extremely stylistic, like in some movies or most music videos.
Or it can be completely invisible, to the point where the story is woven so well you're not even noticing the cut.
Both examples are extremely difficult achievements, which leads me to my next plot device. If you've already selected this journey for yourself career-wise, I applaud you. This is not easy stuff. It can be extremely lonely. While all the crew gets to hang out on set and form a family out of each other, you will most likely be in a dark room by yourself with one single lit screen. No windows! No windows. Editing can be tedious. Hours upon terabytes of footage to sift through just to find one single moment of perfection. To meet a near impossible deadline. It's the 10,000 piece puzzle that comes with no manual, no instructions, and definitely no easy way. If you look up the most stressful jobs in the US right now, right under urologist in second place, you'll find video and film editors. The only difference being a urologist can remedy their grief by drying their tears with the bills of their $208,000 annual salary, while a film editor can barely wipe their asses with the $62,680 that we apparently make. Full disclosure, I have yet to ever make that much money in a single year from editing. But maybe someday, I'm gonna remain optimistic. You see, I believe not in what you're born into, but how you earn your medal. The ones who push themselves beyond their limits and then strive to go even further. Editing will drive you to the brink. It'll take you straight to the edge of the world, and just as it's asked you to make the leap, it'll slap you with notes from clients. But you know, it's shown me an aspect I never knew existed.
A type of plausible predictability through these stories that allows you to take the pieces and reconnect them from every angle. writers have laid out for you.
It's borderline unexplainable what happens to you when you're deep in editing. The writer conjures, the director executes, and the editor is the underrated finish line. And now, most have either become their own editors or are able to hire one of these cave-dwelling Time Lords for themselves. Or maybe you've just found yourself a Mothra of a hobby. It's a hell of a hobby. If you want to call it a hobby, it's a hell of a hobby. Get ready to invest. Oh, software, equipment, subscriptions. Ugh. Whatever the case, I think you get it. Not a moment too soon. Have you seen what's out there lately? Ugh. I mean, some of it's okay, but... Ugh. I believe we're in the making of a new age. One that threatens the Hollywood status quo and is replaced by the independent creative. Where I'm from, there's only but a slight sliver of an industry. So I had to learn a lot of this for myself. Years of trial and error and many people telling you can't do something can truly lead a person into becoming a weapon of mass creation. Especially if it's to say, you were wrong.
I've been doing this for 9 years and still feel as if I've only scratched the surface. But don't let that attitude sway you. What I mean is there are
so many avenues to explore within this skill set. Sound design editing, editing for animation, video games, music choices, visual effects, CGI.
It's all in the editor's interest, in my opinion.
And it's all gonna come together in your project eventually, and you might as well know a little bit so you can speak the language. Also, the more broad your skill set becomes, the more irreplaceable you become. I mean, unless you're one to have found a lifelong friend and a very successful director already that has a great reputation for themselves, so you're already their go-to editor, which that's very difficult to achieve, by the way. But if you got it, I mean, cheers, bud. But we can't all be so lucky, can we?
The great to do.
No, we all gotta start somewhere, don't we? Look, toning down the shenanigans for just a minute, I want to get serious. Editing is my lifeblood, but I was completely serious when I said it's extremely difficult to do on your own if you're trying to make a career out of it. Especially if the goal is to make your way into a studio-backed project. How do you get noticed? How do you stand out? I don't have all the answers, but I'm certainly intrigued to be peeking behind that curtain, baby. My story truly begins when I was a child of the 90s, watching TV. It was actually a soda commercial that first ever drew me towards the ideology of editing. And I mean, man, what a time for some insane TV concepts, the 90s. 90s TV was so wacky and imaginative. It was truly an inspiration for someone like me. I come to you with not answers, but options and approaches. Like I said, I have much to learn, but why not learn it together? Let's experiment. Let's row against the tide. This occupation is a serious brain racking, but I wish more of us were outspoken about it. You may or may not agree that an editor has a voice in the matter of a production's success. The unseen, the unheard, get used to it. Wear it like a badge of honor. Without us, would mistakes stand out like a sore thumb? Probably. We are the one-person problem solvers that seem to defy the odds and find the best of entertainment in chaos. Welcome to Blip Soda, a source of inspiration and a reminder to take pride in life's smallest victories, no matter how thankless. It's a brand new day as the sun begins to rise, reaching farther than our ever hungry eyes. I wanna lose myself. You can feel the static attraction between us, and I know you sense the electric pipeline. Could you please explain or oversimplify? Stealing the light out of my undervalued life. I wanna lose myself, and I know now's the right time. The field is open, where you going? Now's your moment to fully rise. So take it and hold it closer than you ever hoped, and I can't say enough. It's what it is. Stop being your own hindrance. Once or twice away, got tend to lose my mind. Where'd it go? I can't even form connections torn from my own spine, 'cause I'll lose myself. Show me